Hey guys, Jasmine from Corkscrew Curiosities. We are in my office today to discuss a very important to me topic conversation. Merry Mushroom and all of the mini 70s mushroom collectibles there are out there. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the different styles of the Merry Mushroom canisters as well as the different mushroom collectibles that came out in the 70s. First, we're going to talk about the classic American Merry Mushroom. This is what we all know and love here in America as the Sears Merry Mushroom set. There were canisters, napkin holders, curtains, contact paper, spoon rests, just about every single little thing for your kitchen that you can imagine. This is the design that a lot of people know as Merry Mushroom. One very common misconception is that there has to be a maker's mark on the bottom, and that is not true. Some just had stickers. You can see where the sticker residue was at one time here that say Japan, and some of them do have a stamp that say Sears Merry Mushroom. Here's a quick look at the Sears catalog page and some of the Merry Mushroom products that were available. I'm going to talk about the Canadian version of Sears Merry Mushroom made by Simpsons Sears. One of the biggest differences for the Canadian Merry Mushroom that I want to point out is the paint job. It is quite a bit different than the American Sears Merry Mushroom. These were all hand painted after all, but they do look quite a bit different. I myself prefer the American version to the Canadian version, but to each its own. On the back, there's nothing on the Canadian. The little two mushroom motif on the back of the American. The Canadian Merry Mushroom was made by Laurentian pottery, so anytime you see the Laurentian pottery LP mark on the bottom, you probably have a Canadian Merry Mushroom piece. They're also quite a bit different in shape. They are kind of longer, the lid is squat, kind of fat almost. This part is a little bit bigger. It is quite a bit different of a shape, and the Canadian Merry Mushroom canisters are a lot heavier than the American Merry Mushroom canister. The lids are also quite a bit different in the Canadian versus the American. You notice that the shape is different. Now these are two different size canisters, so obviously there is going to be that difference, but you can tell the bottom shows quite a bit more in the Canadian version. This part is thicker and the gradient paint is quite a bit different, but they do still have that very distinct gradient, which will become important later on in this video. And here's a page from the Canadian Simpsons Sears catalog showing that distinct canister shape. I'm also going to give an honorable mention to the 80s Merry Mushroom set. These were made by Sears, and they are Merry Mushroom. It's just kind of a decal situation. I think they're very cute with the little dots on the lid. Another one that I wanted to mention that is also big with collectors is the Arnel's set. Now, these came with canisters. There were all kinds of different things with that set as well, and they were part of a paint your own ceramic class situation, so they can look all kinds of different ways with all kinds of different colors. This is my favorite paint job that I've come by to date. They really nailed a good gradient on the lid, and I really love the spots on the mushrooms. One very quick way to tell the difference between Arnel's and Merry Mushrooms is to look at the lid. Arnel has this very distinct 3 mushroom cluster on the top. Merry Mushroom has this little swoopy mushroom on the lid. However, that does not mean that you have an authentic Sears Merry Mushroom, and here's why. Merry Mushroom molds were often available in the paint your own ceramic world, which was very popular in the 70s and 80s and 90s, and even today there are some still around, and you can still find Merry Mushroom molds in some paint your own ceramic studios today. So you will find the same distinct molds that Merry Mushroom had, just with a little bit different of paint jobs. The biggest way to tell that I have found myself, since you can't rely on a consistent marking on the bottom or anything like that, is to look at the gradient on the lid. For the Sears Merry Mushroom, it is very distinct. It's kind of hard to replicate these exact colors and this exact gradient in the way that they do it in the factory. Same with the canister. The paint job, the glaze, the colors are very distinct. In my collection, I have a set of unpainted and unglazed Merry Mushroom molds. This is distinctive because this is not Sears Merry Mushroom. This was made using the Merry Mushroom molds. But this gives you a unique look into what they look like before they are painted or glazed. They do look a little dirty and dusty because the lack of glaze allows things to kind of get stuck. There are all kinds of vintage mushroom collectibles out there. That's why it's a great topic to collect. There are different styles, different color schemes, hand painted, there are metal, there are ceramic. It's beautiful and they are all created equal. Mushroom collectibles are awesome, and Merry Mushroom isn't the only one available, but it is certainly popular, so I wanted to go over many of the different types today so that you can know what you have in your collection. As always, we are here to learn too, so if you know something about Merry Mushroom that we did not mention in this video, please feel free to leave a comment and teach us all a little something. In the meantime, let us know what your favorite Merry Mushroom collectible is. What is your white whale? What is something that you want to find out in the wild that you haven't yet? And as always, please like and subscribe. This helps our content get to you and people like you. This helps our channel grow, and we appreciate you always. Thanks for watching. Happy hunting and stay curious.